way over. This is the thing I want to spend a quick minute on, okay? The expectations matrix runs your whole world, okay? Remember we talked a little bit about required teaching minutes, right? So you can't see it real well, but that's this column. This is week 1, day 1, starting August 28th. You go to September 5th, 11th, 18th, 25th. 4-week cycles, 1 week reflective period, right? So you'll learn, do, action, reflect, and then get a report card that tells you how well you're doing on things. That's how we're set up. 4 weeks of action, 1 week of reflection. This is going to tell you what you actually do to teach each of those days and how many minutes per day you're expected. You'll see it builds up to 120 minutes, it'll go back down to 30 minutes. So it's a little bit different all the way through based on what else is happening, because you'll see here, that week's when the fall lead teaches start, right? So you might be all the way on or all the way off on that week. It depends on how the schedule works itself out. We use, anybody familiar with Charlotte Danielson? No reason you would be, but she, I mean, like in regular life, you're doing great in your domain 1. I really appreciate that. Charlotte Danielson has come up with a way to talk about teaching that's evaluative without being punitive, right? So it's just a description of the action is the way you see it. And you are either unsatisfactory, satisfactory, or unsatisfactory, basic, or what's our third one, guys?
Proficient.
Proficient, that's right. And then distinguished. So we start the program by saying, you'll never be distinguished as a resident. Danielson lays out that the one thing that makes you distinguished is basically time, right? You just can't do it without the practice and the effort. Our goal for you is basic plus. When you leave the program, you're at basic, which is wobbly practice, more good than bad, with an upward trend, right? So you'll get a grade in each of these 4 categories, 1, 2, 3, and 4, which are planning, classroom environment, instruction, and professional demeanor. And she's broken it down like, here's how, if you're a good teacher, this is the behaviors that good teachers exhibit. So these are strategies in those boxes that we're going to teach you to help you be proficient in those domains. All right? Does that make sense? So you'll get a scorecard in this 5th week. It's going to have like a U or a B or a B minus or a B plus. Not going to be a lot of P's for a while, so be okay with that. If you're I'm a stressed 4.0, always have to have an A person, sometimes being told that you're unsatisfactory is hard.
P isn't even in the options for the drop down.
Yeah, not for a while. Yeah, it'll get there eventually. Yeah. It's only
maybe at the end of the year they'll switch it up.
Right, we might give you a P here or there, yeah. but mostly no. But I just wanted you to see this because this is what happens, right? So those are the things you're going to learn. You'll see this says mentor models cycle content. So this is the cycle content. So your mentor is going to do these things and then work with you on them. Resident practices cycle content. So then you have a week to just try it out and get feedback. Formal observation is in week 3. That's when your mentor is going to watch you do whatever it is. And then in week 4, they start the scorecard. And then in here, we reflect on how you're going to get better. Okay? So the thing about the program and what all this really sums up is you are going to get a constant barrage of feedback. Right? If you're close my door and do my own thing and I don't want anybody to tell me anything, not the place for you. Because Marlene may walk in and give you some feedback. I may walk in and give you some feedback. Everybody in the program has the right to walk in and give you feedback. And you essentially just have to take it. What you have to do, though, really, is want it. Take it versus want it is 2 separate things. You want to seek out all the feedback you can get. You want to invite people in to watch you teach. You want to get more feedback than just your mentor. Right? Get as strong as you can, and the way you do that is to have people come in. Yeah, I'm going to do this one super fast, okay, because we'll have a lot of time and I talk way too much. So mentors are experienced teachers who, first off, read this key statement with me, model proficient and replicable practice. The key is, can you do what they do, and are they doing it well, right? They want you to be able to do the things that they do, but they also need to do that transparently. Right? Some teachers are good teachers, but they don't know why. And they couldn't explain to you the moves that they do. It just comes to them in the moment, right? We need to, as residents, you should ask why they do things, and they should be able to tell you while they do things. We're also always driven by student data. You know, we talked about NWA and MAP. The scores are important, and how you do vis-a-vis your kids' learning and moving forward is also really important. They observe you and they coach you in the moment. So for some of you, you all did in your interview, you got the strong voice now, stop for a second, sit up, feet on the floor, eyes on me, right? Imagine that all day, every day for 180 days, essentially, right? That's what we do. In the moment coaching, we're not going to wait till the end of the day and be like, well, today was really great. Can you think of anything you thought you should have maybe gotten work on? No, we tell you in the minute, that wasn't very good. Let's go back and do that one again. Works really effectively, actually, once you get used to it. And then assess residents' performance. That's their job. Every day they have to give some form of feedback. They have to send Jency a note that says, today I gave this kind of feedback. So that their job is to give you that endless river of stuff that you've got to know. And then, yeah, it's when they watch you, they're data focused. We've got a ton of scorecards and forms and rubrics that you will see before they happen. We use video, we debrief with you, and you have to write in reflections that all of that feedback will inform. And then active coaching is in the moment. We just talked about that one. And reflective coaching prep. This is a thing each week we ask you to reflect on your week. Have artifacts like today, this week went really well. I was going to work on X, Y, and Z. Here's my student artifacts that say I did that. So here's the idea, right? And we talked a little bit about it at the beginning. They support these two groups, right? Your MRC is really your go-to for everything. Program communication comes through your MRC. If there's troubles between you and your mentor for whatever reason, that you go to your MRC. They're there to support all the various levels of growth. The biggest thing they do is they deliver your PD. So they tell you what you're going to learn. They bring you in. They teach it to you so you learn it. And they identify your work on this part. Where you're going to go in the network, where you're a good fit, where we think that you can best be used. They are the CTR's engine.